This message is absolutely for anyone who has been feeling this itching, this burning, this desire within them to expand beyond what they currently are into something maybe unbeknown to them, but something so much farther than you could ever dream, so much better than you could ever dream. I know that this is maybe not the most aesthetic. Okay. This is not my normal setup, obviously. You're probably used to not seeing me, but I wanted to do something a little bit cozier, more raw, more real, not so production, I guess. And so we're sitting on the floor of my bedroom. It's not very aesthetic behind me. And I just wanted to do a very raw and real reading with you guys here today. So that's what we're gonna do. I personally have just been going through my own sort of realizations about how I think I look at tarot and look at readings, and how I've always wanted to be seen as something, I guess, different and more as well, like a spiritual teacher, a guide, etc. And I think I realized that it's not the cards that make the reader, it's the reader that makes the cards. You know what I mean? My cat's about to walk into you again. So I think it matters so much less how you read the cards, or in what format, or how classy or how beautiful. And I think what really matters is the reader, you, the audience, the people that are being read for, and the reader, whoever's doing the reading. So that's what I'm leaning into. So that's why we're going with a more cozy vibe today, because it's what feels best for me. So enough yapping. Okay, so the first card you got is Imrama. Imrama, where are you being called to? Imrama, where are you being called to? I'm going to show it to you again, don't worry. Imrama, where are you being called to? As well as align your life. What's not aligned or needs to be changed? I really sort of love doing readings, because I also feel like I benefit every time I read for you, because I think I'm also reading for me in a way, and this is true for this reading as well. You have Imrama, where are you being called to journey? Align your life. What's not aligned that needs to be changed? Paired with birthing a new age. Right away, when I'm looking at just these three cards, Imrama, align, and birthing a new age, it is showing me how ready you are for something new. I feel like there is this itch in so many of us right now. I have been feeling it, and I feel like a lot of people, at least my age, and like they're mid to late 20s, but you know what, even people that are older than me, younger than me, I just feel like I've spoken to so many people who have this itch to do something different, something more. There's like this deeper yearning and this deeper calling within you to just go and do and be different. But it's almost like, great, that sounds awesome, but how do I get there? Where do I start? Where do I go? And that's what's being called here for you as well. I see that you are, I see that you are being called on a journey of change. I see that your spirit is saying you're meant to be somewhere different. You're not meant to be where you're currently at. And it's not saying that where you're at's not great, but it's like you're meant to be on a different path currently. And it's exciting. I know it might feel daunting, but it's actually really, really exciting to think about this path that is actually already lined out for you. And your job is not to find the path. Your job is to get to your place of feeling good and happy and satisfied and satiated, so that way you can align to the path that's already been created for you. This message is absolutely for anyone who has been feeling this itching, this burning, this desire within them to expand beyond what they currently are into something maybe unbeknown to them, but something so much farther than you could ever dream, so much better than you could ever dream. That is the path of Imrama. That is the path of the traveler. That is the path of you saying, where am I being called to journey? If I could give you any piece of advice, it would be to follow the callings, whatever they may look like. Don't judge them. Don't make them wrong. And honestly, don't think about them too hard. If you get this tingling sensation that you should go to this random bookstore today, go to the random bookstore that day. And that's like the biggest thing, is not overthinking the impulses. I think if you're listening to this, you've probably gotten impulses, you get the feelings, you get those desires, and then maybe you're like me and you talk yourself out of it, or you convince yourself that I don't know, there's all these reasons why you shouldn't do those things right now, but really, really, really listen to those impulses. I think another reason why Rama is being brought up for you is because you are ready to, like I said, expand and go beyond. There are things currently going on in your life where you feel disaligned. I don't want to beat the drum too hard, but this is again that feeling. It's that feeling of just not feeling fully it. And I guess the way I can describe it for me lately is I feel like nothing is quite 100. I feel like some things are like, yeah, sure, I could go do that and it could be fine, it could be fun, it could be something, but nothing has felt quite 100. And it's not that those external things are really the problem, it's that there's something disaligned with me. So be honest with yourself, look within, do the soul work right now, because I think if you're like me and like the cards are predicting, you're probably someone who's very focused right now on external things. You might be really focused on, but I want that new career, or I want that new job, or I want that new life path, or I want that new soul satisfying thing. I want these things outside of me and I want my outside world to reflect that. First of all, valid. We're all there. No one, I feel like, would be honest if they said that they don't wish that their outside world reflected their desires. Of course we do. But to give you the tough love message, it's like that is all going to come into fruition for you, guaranteed. But the most important thing you could do for yourself right now is the inner work, the soul work, the things that need to be done. So that way you can align to the path, like I said, that's already carved out for you. Your dream job, your soul satisfying career path, your soulmate, your healthy lifestyle, anything you've ever dreamed of. For this, I do feel like it's more path focused, okay? But that dream path that you want to take, it is already carved, paved, made for you. Your goal right now is to get your own soul, your own spirit into that place of alignment so that way you can absolutely best receive it. And so do the hard work, do the ugly work, look at yourself, look at the things that trigger you and why, look at why you want the things you want without judgment. This is not a place of judgment. This is not a time for judgment. At no point should you go and say, wow, look at you, you little piece of shit, like why are you so terrible? No, this is a time of the deepest of love, the deepest of understanding, the most patient of energies. This is a time where you look at yourself from a third party perspective and you say, why do I tick the way I do? Not because I hate you, not because I'm mad at you, not because I wish you acted different, but because I'm curious. Show me why you are the way you are. I'll give you an example because I think that helps me, so maybe it'll help you as well. I've been on this journey of needing to look at what is disaligned within me so that I can hopefully get to my path of clarity. And I'm realizing these random little things about myself, like how much I really, really, really crave validation. I really recently realized that, I'm sure a lot of people who create content are the same way, because content is very validating. People tell you that they like you, you get good views, you get all of these like visual things that make you feel like it's adequate to your worth. And I had to look at that, and not from a place of judgment of saying, wow, you're so trashy, I hate the way you love validation. It's not about that. It's instead about saying, okay, if I am craving external validation, if the reason I wanted to post content was so that people could tell me they love me, if I'm needing these people to give me this validation, what is it that I'm not giving to myself? What is it that I'm missing? And I realized that I'm hard on myself. I don't give myself enough validation. I don't answer the calling to myself as much as I need to, so I'm craving it externally. But that's such a beautiful thing, because when you can look at it, you can heal it. I was just watching an episode of Agatha All Along, so just small spoiler, I won't give any details, but there is an episode where someone literally has to face their curse, a curse that was bestowed upon them, and they said this line where they were like, I can see it, so I can kill it. And it was such beautiful symbolism of, if you can see your shadows, if you can see the curse, you could kill them, or you could face them, you could heal them, you could see them head on, and then they no longer have that power over you. And that is what your path is right now, doing the work, looking inward, seeing not the curses, but our shadow work, our shadow selves, the things that we hide so deeply from us because we don't want to see it. Look at it and be honest with yourself, because once you do, that's where true freedom and true liberation comes from, all right? And you also got birthing a new age, bringing new creations, and dreaming a world into being, paired with don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light? I see you living such an expansive, beautiful, bold life. a life where you are so happy and so aligned and so content with everything that you are doing. I see you creating something new. I see you doing something that you don't even think exists in this world right now. I see you, when it says birthing a new age, we're talking about birthing new ideas, new inspiration. You are a front of the line thinker, like leading edge thinker, leading edge creator. That's who you are. You are someone who is ready to create new things and to birth new things into being. But first, things must die before things can be born. And it's not a death that is sad. It's a death that to be celebrated, because once our our old parts of ourselves pass on, then we can birth gorgeous new aspects of ourselves into being. I see you leading. I see you at the front of the line in a positive way. Okay? Take away any other idea of front of the line and hear it from this perspective. Front of the line of a spiritual thinker, a front line thinker, a leading edge energy, someone that heals, someone that brings new thoughts into being, thoughts that have not yet been thought. Okay, I feel like I'm just being so repetitive and I'm not even able to fully communicate the magnitude of what I'm feeling for you, but I hope you're feeling the energy behind it rather than the words, because then you have this energy of not needing to dim to fit in. I feel like you are someone who, the easiest way to get through this life is to not make waves, right? We know this. You're meant to make waves. You're meant to stand out. You're meant to be bold. You're meant to be different. You're meant to be unique. You're meant to be you. You're meant to be something so incredibly brilliant and beautiful and bold. And that doesn't come from you being cookie cutter. It doesn't come from you trying to fit in like everyone else. It doesn't come from you adapting other people's beliefs to be your own. It comes from you learning that you shining, you being bright, you being brilliant is the most you thing that could ever be done. It is the most true to you thing. And I know it's scary to be bold. I know it is scary to stand out. I know it is intimidating to think about what it would be like if you were seen, if you were noticed. But you're safe, okay? You're safe to do this. Letting go of those old beliefs, letting go of those old energies and fears around the idea of being seen, shedding those old versions of yourself that tell you if you're seen, you're going to get hurt, or if you're seen, they won't like you. Letting that die, letting that go, and creating something new for yourself. A space where it's safe to be seen, to be bold, to be big, to be beautiful, to be bright, to be expansive, to be heard, to be loud, to be every possible version of yourself. That's your path. Because who you are becoming is no small thing. Who you are becoming is not someone that sits in a corner and wishes not to be seen. Who you are becoming is someone who is so proud of the person that they are, the energy that they cultivate, that you can't wait for people to see you. You can't wait for people to connect to you, because you know how incredible you are, and you know how incredible they are, because you see the best in everyone, including yourself. That is the path of your becoming. That is the truth of who you always have been, but who you are starting to fully see and embrace. Who you are is not small. It is not inconsequential. You are bold. You are brilliant. You are significant. This is a time to accept that and to take up that role of someone who is worth being seen, celebrated, honored, accepted. Bright, beautiful, bold, courageous. The path you are on, it's one that will feel so soul satisfying. So soul satisfying. That's a tongue twister. And it requires you to accept every part of yourself. And I know you can do it. I know I can do it, because I'm doing this reading for me as well. And I know we can do it together. It just starts with us releasing shame, releasing judgment, and releasing guilt. And understanding and accepting that no matter who we are, that there has never been a piece of us that is wrong. Even if we don't like it, even if society tells us it's wrong, there has never been a piece of you or a part of me that is wrong. Only parts of us that need extreme healing and extreme love. So do the work. Look inward on yourself with lenses of love consideration and appreciation, as if you were looking at a child who you adore. That's how I want you to look at those hurt parts of yourself. When you get mad, when you get frustrated, when you get jealous, I almost said zealous, when you get jealous or offended, don't make yourself wrong. Make yourself curious. Why do I feel this way? Why am I reactive? Why am I hurt? And then give yourself the love that you've always craved from others, because you deserve it so much. And I can't wait for you to become the most bold, big, brave version of you. But I want you to know that who you are now, on your journey to becoming, is just as valid, is just as beautiful, and is just as worthy. Learn to love yourself in every phase of life. The becoming, the became, the future. Every piece of you is perfect. And this is your journey to embrace that, so that you can fully become who you've always been meant to be. A leader, a healer, a frontline thinker. I don't like the word frontline. I'm meaning like forward thinker, bold thinker, courageous, intelligent. You are bringing about new ideas that were going to change the world. You got to see yourself there. I see you there. It's time to start seeing yourself there too. This was new, this was different, but I love you so much, and thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to love yourself today.